I think I would bury myself somewhere if it was mine. Some just want to keep on living.
If I were her, I don't help moving on. Go to a better place.
That's only for the extreme cases, the irreversible ones.
Yeah, but you see my point. I mean, why would we lose, really?
She wants to carry on, you know. She chose.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dr. Bernardi will be down soon. Want to smoke before he arrives?
Back about 11 minutes. Give it the usual sedative then.
All right, doctor.
Warm this evening, Miss Tyler.
I thought it was. I couldn't be sure though. After all these months wrapped up like this, it's hard to tell the difference.
Yes, very warm. You can take my word for it. We'll have those bandages off you very shortly. I expect you're uncomfortable under all those layers.
I'm used to bandages on my face by now. Taking them off would be more uncomfortable.
I have no doubt. This is your 9th visit here? Is it the 9th?
The 11th. Sometimes I think I've been living my whole life inside a dark cave. The walls of the cave are made of gauze, and the wind that blows in from the mouth of the cave smells of ether and disinfectant. There's a kind of comfort though, Doctor, to living in this cave. It's so wonderfully private, a sanctuary. No one can ever see me. I'm safe and alone. Nothing haunts me. It's hopeless, isn't it, Doctor? I'll never look any different. I'll never look like everybody else.
That's hard to say. Up to now, you haven't responded to any of the medication, or the shots, or any of the proven techniques. Frankly, you baffled us, Miss Tyler. Nothing we've done so far seems to have made any difference at all, but I'm hopeful that this last treatment may have succeeded. You will, of course, remember that this last treatment is a new one, which has shown great results. There's no time, of course, not until we get those bandages off. You have a slightly different bone structure and flesh type than many others, but I'm confident that this new line will work just as well for you. Of course, I cannot be sure. Your 11th visit.
No more tries after this, are there? No more tries.
11 is the mandatory number of experiments. No more are permitted after 11.
So now what?
Well, you're kind of jumping the gun, Miss Tyler. You may very well have responded to these last injections. There's no time until we get those bandages off.
But if I haven't responded, then what?
There are other alternatives.
Like?
Don't you know?
I know.
You do realize, of course, Miss Tyler, why these rules are in effect. Each one of us is afforded as much opportunity as possible to fit in with society. Just in your case, think of the time, money, and effort expended to make you look
To make me look like what?
normal, the way you'd like to look like the rest of us.
Doctor, may I walk outside? May I sit out on the lawn? Just for a little while. Just to smell the flowers. Just to feel the air. Just to pretend, Doctor, to pretend that I am normal. If I sit outside in the darkness, then I know that the whole world is dark. I'm more a part of it that way. Not just an ugly, deformed, grotesque woman with a bandage on her face. With a special darkness which belongs only to her. I want to belong. I want to be like other people. Please help me, Doctor. Help me.
Miss Tyler, you're not alone. You do realize that, don't you? You're hardly alone. There are many others who share your misfortune. People with the same predicament as yourself. Now, one of the alternatives, should this last treatment prove unsuccessful, well, this is simply for you to move into a special area in which people of your own kind have been congregated.
People of my own kind, congregated, Doctor. You don't
doing all I can for you, Miss Tyler, but you're not being rational. You can't expect to live any kind of life amongst normal people.
I could try. I would wear a mask or this bandage. I would go my own way. I wouldn't bother anyone. Who are you people anyway? This state who makes up all the rules and statutes and the traditions? The people who are different have to stay away from the people who are normal. The state isn't God. The state is not God. It hasn't the right to punish people for an accident or birth. It hasn't the right to make my disfigurement a crime.
Miss Tyler, I must ask that you stop all of this talk immediately. You understand me, Miss Tyler? Now! Let me dim the lights to calm me down.
I can feel the night out there. I can smell the flowers. I can feel the air. Please take this off me. Please take this off me! Take this off me! Ah! The dark is out. I can't stand by. The fire's getting violently.
Fellow comrades, let us listen to our wise, glorious leader.
Comrades, fellows, women and children, though we cannot say what the future holds, we can secure it. It is a necessity to breed glorious conformity, the delight of a unified and safe society. You recall, of course, the directionless, unproductive, over-sentimentalized era of man's history when it was assumed that descent was some kind of natural and healthy adjunct of society. You recall, as well, that during that time, there was a strange and undeniable concept that the diversity of humankind was viewed favorably, that the combination of diverging ideas could function together, that the world could exist as a crazy catalogue of elements soon together in a chaotic world. We realize, of course, now that this acceptance of aberrations was the cause of the destruction of nations, the fall of so many of them. Will not they still flourish that the people of India united in similarity, identifying themselves as one? We have proved that this is the case. Without conformity, there is destruction. Without conformity, there is war. Without conformity, there is a faction nation.
Why not just ship them off in the first place?
You understand me, Miss Tyler? Now I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the bandage at a point on the left side of your head, around here. Then I will start to slowly unwind the bandage. The process must be slow, so that you may become accustomed to the light. If the process is too fast, you may be blinded. You have been in darkness for so long now. As you know, these last injections may have had an effect on your vision. So if you notice any changes, please try to remain calm. Now as I unwrap, I want you to describe to me the different shades of light as you perceive them, as each layer of bandage comes off. Now if you make any movement, or if you start getting emotional on us, Ms. Tyler, I'm going to have the nurses hold you down and have the anesthetists put you on sedation. Is that understood?
Okay.
All right then. Do you see me right now, Ms. Tyler?
Just a little. It looks gray.
Now, Ms. Tyler,
Much brighter. Much brighter, very bright.
look up toward the light. Now then, Ms. Tyler,
It's bright. It's very bright.
good. I'm at the last layer now.
I can just distinguish your outline. Just vaguely, I can see you.
I'm at the last bandage now, Ms. Tyler. Would you like a mirror to see if the treatment has been successful?
No. No, thank you. No mirror.
All right. I'm going to say something now, Ms. Tyler, and I want you to remember this, please. Ms. Tyler, are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
We have done all we could. If the treatment has been successful, you may be integrated into society to live as an equal. If, however, the treatment does not achieve the desired results, keep in mind that you can still live a long and fruitful life among people of your own kind. There will be no reason for you not to live a long, fulfilling life. Now, as we discover these results, we'll either release you or...
Doctor,
Yes?
if this last treatment was proven not to be successful, if I'm still terribly ugly, is there any other alternative? Could I be put away?
Under certain circumstances, the state does provide for the extermination of undesirables. That, however, is decided case to case, depending on the severity of the situation. And there are many factors that bear on the decision. In your case, considering your age and your general physical condition, I doubt very much we'd allow anything other than your transfer to a communal group with people of your own disability.
You'll force me to go then.
That will probably be the case. All right, Miss Tyler, remain very quiet, please. I wish you every good luck. No chance!
We must not permit the encroaching sentimentality of past age to weaken our resolve. We must cut away all that is different, for it is nothing more than a cancerous growth. The essence of our modern society is not only that we have a norm, but that we perpetuate that norm. Aberrations weaken us. Diversity destroys us. Nations are brought to their knees by the outrageous tolerance of deviance. Conformity is to be worshipped and held sacred. Conformity is the key to survival.
It is clear that the best place for you is among people of your own kind. The representatives I mentioned should be here any second now. I called for them. Now let them clean you up a little bit. Doctor? Oh, welcome.
Miss Tyler, we have a lovely village with wonderful, interesting people. I think you're going to like it where we're taking you. You'll live with your own kind, and after a little while, you'll be amazed how little of a while you feel a sense of great belonging. You will no longer be an outcast. You feel a sense of being loved, and you will be loved, Miss Tyler. Everyone in our community knows how you feel. We have all felt the disgust of others, the other people who hate us. We all had those terrible nightmares of never being able to change, and the dreams of being normal that we wish would never end. You will no longer be an outcast. This is where we belong, Miss Tyler. There's no other place for us. Can I help you to your feet? Doctor, we'll grab our things. You're leaving as soon as she's ready.
Mr. Smith,
Yes?
Why? Why are some of us born so ugly?
I don't know. I really don't know. But you know something? It doesn't really matter. There's an old saying, a very, very old saying. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Try to keep that in mind. When we leave from here, when we leave this village, say it over and over again in your head. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Come on, let's grab your things to leave from here.